Tony Stark, genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, weapons manufacturer, the man who built his fortune on war, only to spend the rest of his life trying to undo the damage. From the moment he was captured in Iron Man, forced to build a weapon in a cave with a box of scraps, as Obadiah so famously shouted, Tony's life took a turn he could never come back from. He became Iron Man, and that choice would define every single moment of his story. At first, he shut down his weapons division, taking responsibility for what his company had done to the world. Then came the Avengers, where Tony learned to fight alongside others, even if his ego didn't make it easy. But Age of Ultron revealed his fear of another invasion, another loss. He built Ultron to protect the world and nearly destroyed it in the process. In Civil War, the guilt from Sokovia weighed on him. Zemo played on that guilt, manipulating the Avengers into tearing themselves apart. And yet, even in the middle of this chaos, Tony took on a young hero, Peter Parker, giving him guidance, giving him something that could outlast himself. By the time of Infinity War, Tony was ready to settle down with Pepper, maybe even start a family. But when the call came to save the world, he answered it without hesitation. In Endgame, we saw a broken man, defeated, convinced he had failed the universe, and yet when the chance came to make things right, he stepped forward once again. Tony Stark was never the same person twice. In all of Marvel's Infinity Saga, in every single one of their movies, Tony Stark was never the same man twice. In Iron Man, he was a selfish billionaire turned hero. In Iron Man 2, a reckless man drowning in his own flaws. In Avengers, a fully fledged hero. In Iron Man 3, a paranoid man suffering from panic attacks, building armor after armor to prepare for a war he couldn't even see. In Age of Ultron, a man trying to shield the world from threats no matter the cost. In Civil War, a man crushed by guilt. In Infinity War, a man who dreamed of peace but still answered the call to fight. And in Endgame, a man willing to give everything one last chance to make the world or the universe safer. Tony Stark is a man who could never rest, knowing he could have done something to make the world better. That's why Pepper's last words,
"You can rest now,"
are so powerful, because for Tony, peace could only come through sacrifice. And in the end, he gave his life to save the universe. And for the first time in his life, he finally rested. Making this video made me realize that for better or worse, Marvel could never have another hero like Iron Man, and I'm going to make another video about that. So if you like this video, you should look out for that video as well. But for now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and as always, it's time for a goodbye.